Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Urban Spokesman. My name is Chris Sanders, and I'm giving micromobility users the news they need to stay up to speed on micromobility and urban infrastructure in New York City. All right, have you all been wondering why 2022 looks the same as 2021 on New York streets? With the notable exception that it's significantly more dangerous. Drivers are significantly more aggressive on the streets, doing more erratic and strange things on the streets, more willing to hit people with their car on the streets, using their car as a weapon on the streets. Well, the reason why is that the New York DOT is struggling to hire people to do the work of redesigning our infrastructure for the future of New York, where we have safer streets, better public transportation, and less cars and congestion in New York. And yeah, so basically, what's been going on is DOT is struggling to hire people to do the work, and I blame the commissioner, and really it's the commissioner and the mayor. I don't feel like they're supporting the staff at the levels they need, and by support I mean hiring people to support the staff and to grease the wheels on these projects. It shouldn't take 6 months to throw paint on the ground. You shouldn't have to, oh, I got to cancel this thing and that thing. You said 300 miles of bike lane, bike highway. I don't see it. I see 6 miles. Actually, I don't see it because it's so little that, I have to actually try to go over to those places to actually ride on a couple of blocks of bike lane. It's so ridiculous. We can't do anything in New York, it seems. But let's look at this Streets blog article and get some of the scoop. I'm not going to read all of it. Get some of the scoop on DOT not being able to hire talent or retain talent. All right, they're just keeping the lights on. Low morale, high staff vacancy hobble the Department of Transportation. The upper ranks of the city Department of Transportation have been depleted by an exodus of high-skilled employees this year, reflecting the mounting frustration among some staff members and making it harder for the agency to fulfill its mission, according to records and interviews. Among the roughly 560 of the top positions at the agency, nearly 1 in 5 sat vacant in early September, according to the DOT organizational chart obtained by Streets blog through a Freedom of Information request. That's higher than the DOT-wide vacancy rate of 12% shown by City Council data from June, the most recent latest figures available. The organizational chart reveals many high-level departures this year, the first of Udonis's tenure as Transportation Commissioner, including Chief of Staff, General Counsel, and the head of Intergovernmental and Community Affairs. Turnover is common at the beginning of a new administration, especially in top positions, but other key posts that were empty earlier this month were also empty at the beginning of the year, according to interviews and a prior organizational chart. Those positions, including Director of Communications, Director of Automated Enforcement, and Director of Federal and State Aid. The departures have left some remaining employees overworked, demoralized, as they struggle to carry out the agency's vast array of responsibilities amid persistently high rates of traffic violence in the city, according to interviews with a dozen current and recently departed staffers, nearly all of whom requested anonymity to speak candidly about their experiences. We got to a point where we couldn't produce anything new, said one recently departed agency employee. We're just keeping the lights on. Note, all of DOT's problems are unique to the not all of DOT's problems are unique to the department. Agencies across the city government are struggling with high vacancy rates, some more than DOT, according to City Council data. The trend stems from a hiring freeze during the pandemic's first year, a wave of resignations after the city required municipal employees to return to the office 5 days a week, a policy requiring agencies to let 2 jobs go vacant before filling one, the city's slow hiring process, and the lure of the private sector where salaries are often higher and schedules more flexible. Yes, that's right. This is, yeah, yeah. This is really the Dot's fault. This isn't anybody. They have no one else to blame other than themselves for, for there being vacancies, for their inability to deliver on the things that New York City needs for its transportation. New York City is a walking first city, a walking and public transportation first city. And so the city needs to, they need to fill the positions and they need to empower the employees to make good decisions that benefit New York. Instead, we're not getting anything done and the bodies are piling up. The deaths are piling up. The number of people getting hit, that's piling up. I don't know what you all think. Bike YouTube people, YouTube bike gods, I don't know what you all think. But what I think is that, it's been 9 months. Let's get to hiring. Like, it's already going to be a year, and 2 years are going to go by, and you wouldn't have filled all the positions, especially the high-level ones available. Those high-level positions, a lot of times you need those to grease the wheels on things, to get things done in an orderly, quick fashion so people can realize the benefit. I cannot tell the difference between 2022 on the street and 2021 on the street. And I honestly did not expect that, given that we elected Eric Adams and Adonis Rodriguez. So, yes, I support them. I still support them. I still believe in them. And, this is encouragement for them to, I think it's the one thing that they actually have some control over. Some people say, oh, they don't have any control. No, I don't buy that. I don't really buy that argument. I think it's the one thing they actually do have control over. Like, if the streets are different and encourage people to, take their bike or ride the bus more or use the subway more, then that is automatically a win, because people will not make that decision unless, one, they're forced to, or by finances or something, or if the transportation got better and that induced people to take the public transportation or ride their bike or, take the bus or subway or something. So again, I think we need to, people like talented transportation people, please go in to the Dot and try to get them to hire you, and also don't take less than what you are actually worth. New York City should be paying the going rate. Maybe give people the option to be paid the going rate with a 401k instead of a pension, like all the other businesses are doing. You gotta have to be creative and less bureaucratic with the hiring process, so we can get some of this work done. Maybe hiring contractors to do the work, to fill in the gaps in the meantime, until you can find somebody that completely satisfies everything and is willing to work for peanuts. I actually don't think anybody should work for peanuts, and I don't think the government should be allowed to pay peanuts, pension or no pension. So with that said, let me know what you think in the comments, and again, keep everything positive. Please, people, apply to these positions so we can make New York City better. I am not a transportation planner. I am not trained in that. I've just been, watching YouTube videos, not just bikes and City Nerd and all that. So, and about the high quality Dutch infrastructure, that I want America to be the best, and we're not. And New York should be the best. Damn it, New York should be the best at transportation. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Like or subscribe. All right, let's make it a great day.